Yeah, ready.
What up? What up? What up?
What's up, everybody?
What's going on? How's everybody
What's
doing
going
this
on,
evening?
everybody?
Hey,
This,
stupid.
this
What's
is
happening, whole team?
Dirty Bird Thursdays, and we are the home team. To my immediate, well, there, we got the coach,
I'm above you. Okay, there you
the
go.
man, yeah, the man that's gonna ground us.
What's up, everybody?
Below me, we got the man himself. If you want that T-bone steak, you got to hit him up. We got Blackberry.
Home team, home team.
And we have our resident nose tackle, the man that's a wall all by himself. Don't try him, but he is, like you said, he's a gentle giant. We got Big Ant.
What's going on, y'all?
And then we have our aficionado, Atlanta Falcon extraordinaire. We got Mr. Knight Rider.
What it is, what it do, what it does, man. We live direct and in full effect. Well, ready to talk some football, man. What's going on, everybody out there?
What's going on? What's going on? Before we get the show started, man, let's go ahead and give a Dirty Bird roll call. We got Jonathan, well, we got Eric Mack in the building. We got CK22. Let me get up here. What up? What up? We got D Sloan. It's good, man. Thanks for joining us. My man right here, we got Lloyd Donnelly. We got Melvin Emery.
Go on there for you.
And we got Sharonda Sherman. We got one more. We got Jerry Boyd. What's going on, bro? Thanks for tuning in.
That's my homie.
What's
right
up,
there.
man? Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, man. What's
Appreciate
going on
y'all.
out there?
Appreciate
Hi,
y'all.
everybody.
All right, let's go ahead and get to it this evening here. We're going to jump right into the first topic.
Oh,
In the recently published ranking of the NFL's 10 best cornerbacks, Terrell is listed at number 9. Atlanta Falcons think he's one of the best in the league despite the snub. Fellas, what do you think about this right here?
Hey, man, that's disrespectful, man. There they go again with all that bias
Yep.
because somebody playing for the Falcons. Look, man, I think AJ Terrell top 2, man. Top 2.
Yep.
Hey, man, Trayvon Diggs had that one good season. He was a rookie, you know what I'm saying? But now they got tape on him. So, you know, AJ Terrell, on the other hand, he got what? This what? It's going to be the 3rd season? He really came
Believe
fourth
so.
season.
4th season.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Oh, yeah. He broke out. He done solidified that spot, man. He top 2. All top. Like I said, I can't stand all this national media bias just because somebody in Atlanta, they not good. Come on, bro. Come on now.
Well,
Come
they
on
got
now.
what?
Good.
Yeah,
That's
so
what I'm talking about, baby.
What you got, Ant?
Good catch. Yeah, he the top one, bro. Like at least top 2. At the least top 2. I'm a huge advocate of AJ Terrell. Like it's one that they're biased against, you know, the people that play for Atlanta Falcons, and 2, they still trying to hold what happened to him in the national championship game a few years ago. They trying to hold that against him, which is that's unfair. That happened 3 years ago. Why are you still holding that to him? Like
And that was in
why?
college also.
In
Right.
college, yes.
Yeah.
So, that don't make any sense.
What you got, Coach?
Well, I'm looking at the numbers right now. You know, you got Jalen Ramsey number 1, right? Then I think they got Xavier Howard. I'm looking at it right now. J.C. Jackson, Lattimore, which is, I don't know why he's in there, but it's my story.
God no, right?
Diggs, then Ward. They got more interceptions, I guess. However, everything else is, you know, pretty much the same. So how you rating, especially Kenny Moore, who, you know, don't know who he is, never heard of him actually, but you got him ranked higher than your man. You got Tre'Davious White from the Bills. These guys are all ranked ahead of him, you know, but the numbers don't show. You know, his numbers are much better than all of them. You talk about giving up yardage. He's one of the best. He doesn't give up much. And like I said, some ranking they got him higher than that, but it's just talk, man. I don't look at it. You still got to play this game.
Facts.
It's whatever on the field happens.
No
that's what happens
pass
on the
rush.
field. He's not doing all that stuff on the field that warrant this number 9 ranking. He's much better than what they're saying he is. So it's all talk for me. I don't pay attention to the ranking. As long as we win and he's doing his job, that's all that matters. So,
What you got, Blackberry?
I don't know who in the hell made these lists, but they need the shit slapped out of them,
I promise.
and they need their lunch took. AJ Terrell led number 1 in almost every cornerback statistical category.
exactly.
He only gave up 200 total
That's crazy.
scrimmage yards.
That's crazy.
The nobody's done that since Namde Asamoah in 2005, I think.
Yeah.
It's blasphemous that he's not number 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's blasphemous that we continue to get the disrespect we get as a team just because this guy wear black and red and he lace up for the Falcons. They gonna put him down at number 9 amongst quarterbacks when he led all quarterbacks in almost every statistical category you could think of.
Yep.
And if he didn't lead in it, he was second.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna piggyback off of that. I'm gonna say he's number 1. First off, for what you said about the yards, interceptions, that's cool. If you're in a position, if you know how to read offense, if you good at your job, you'll get an interception, especially if you're gonna sit on routes. Okay, especially if you can effectively disrupt. You know what I'm saying? The person catching, be it a tight end, be it a wide receiver. But he gave up the fewest amount of yards. Period. Hands down. The fewest amount of yards. And he was going up against some good.
The best one.
He was going against some good defense. Period.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that it's a bold narrative that's going around. It's about who we like.
Popularity.
It's about who we like.
Popularity contest.
You know what I'm saying? It's all about who we like. It's not about it's not coming down to stats. It's not coming down to technique. It's not coming down to consistency. It's coming down to who we like. And whoever we like, no matter what they have done, we're going to put it above the numbers. We're going to say, oh, well, yeah, he did this numbers, but he didn't do this. So you're going to move the goalposts to make sure that your opinion is validated. And that's doing a disservice to him, especially this team. And that part, I have a problem with.
Let me say something else about this. I'm just reading something here. They said Terrell and one other cornerback was the only one that was targeted 1,000 snaps. They had 1,000 snaps in the season, right? Or more. But targeted only 66 or fewer times. That's 6% of the time of being targeted. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That means they went through his direction. But the other person was Casey Hayward. So they're on the same team.
Damn.
Same team.
Boy, it's
Same
gonna be
team.
scary, boy.
I'm telling you.
That is crazy.
I'm telling you.
So,
Let them keep sleeping.
That there just shows me that the narrative they're trying to do is like they're trying to discredit what this man's done. That's all it is.
Yep.
Right.
And I say it's fear. That's me. It's all fear to me. So me.
Well, I'm gonna tell you,
it's a fear thing.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, the knock here really isn't on AJ. The knock is on our Falcons as
It's on
a
our
team.
Yeah.
That's
that's
the
right.
knock. Because it's like let's not fully credit this man for his individual accomplishments that he himself thrived in the sea. He went from being I think he was ranked like 25th or something like that amongst starting corners. His rookie season to literally in almost any statistical category you could think of, he was first. Nobody's given up 200 yards. Nobody's done that since Namdi Asamoah off of 700 some. What was it? 700 some snaps. It had to be a total of at least 770 snaps.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody since Namdi Asamoah has done that. And before him, can you guess who that was? Oh,
Probably Dion.
prime time.
Right. Yeah, I'll give it prime.
Probably Dion.
Prime time.
I'll definitely say prime.
So it's highly disrespectful, you know. And the disrespect. That's why it's gonna be like sweet bliss, baby. When it's week 10 and they got the Falcons on all their playoff boards, and they ain't gonna have no choice but to eat crow.
And
what?
I'm glad you mentioned that, because it's the fear that they're going to have to admit they were wrong. Period.
Yep.
That is the one thing that all social media and all media in general has a problem with. We do not want to admit that Arthur Smith, Terry Fontenot have come up with a diabolical plan to get these Falcons where they need to be. And y'all gonna have to sit up here and deal with this new culture. You know what I'm saying? Like we were talking about, you know, earlier. Tampa Bay ain't getting Gronk. Gronk ain't coming back. Tampa Bay ain't got the same kind of team they had. A lot of these teams are not the way they were last season. So y'all putting your hopes on something that happened last season. And even you can even look at how they're setting it up. They're thinking that we're going to come out with a Matt Ryan-esque type offense. Y'all ignoring the handwriting on the wall, which is right in front of you. And this is what's going to be the downfall to a lot of these teams. Everybody, we got a difficult schedule. Compared to what?
They basically based some schedules on what they did last year, man. It's a whole new season.
Thank you. That's my point. That's my point.
We remember that our Super Bowl year. Everybody was talking about how brutal our schedule was. We weren't going to do nothing. Fast forward a little bit. Fast forward a few months later. We were 11-5 and what was like number 5? We were like 5 seed or 3.
Arthur Smith won 7 games with scraps. He won 7 games with scraps.
Exactly.
And a quarterback that got trucked 80% of the season. And now y'all telling us that we need to tank.
We have the worst.
We need to look for 2023. And
people first round pick.
Yeah, and then because we didn't draft who you wanted, now you know they're gonna suck. Because we didn't get who y'all wanted in free agency. Now you know you guys are bottom of the list. All of a sudden, now, y'all trying every little thing you can to discredit this team, because you know what? Y'all see the handwriting on the wall, but y'all choose to ignore it until you got to be faced with, okay, we can't match up with they offensive line. We can't keep up. We can't stop their running backs. We can't keep up with their wide receivers. Their tight ends are making us look bad.
It's coming, dog. It's coming.
I'm saying, you got to think about this. All of y'all doing are just feeding this team. They already said they got a chip on their shoulder. Having a tough schedule is good, because that means they won't get comfortable mid-season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We won't win 5 games and then think we didn't won the Super Bowl and lay down. I would rather have tough teams. Why? Because now y'all can't sit up here when we start beating people. Y'all can't sit up here and say, y'all had an easy schedule. Y'all didn't play anybody. That same narrative we had going on in 2021. Y'all won games because y'all wasn't playing nobody.
Right.
So now what's the excuse?
You know what? And that actually plays into the next show that we're going to have on the Heavy Hitter. So, but before I say that real quick, I had to speak on this topic simply because I'm gonna just come out and say it. Mad Mike is the one who's been leading this crusade to say that AJ Terrell is the best corner in the league. Nobody had the nuts to say so. I said it. Why? Because it's facts. The reason why I have a major issue with this, and before I say it, you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button as well. It definitely helps us get this algorithm going, because a lot of people don't get the notifications. But if you hit that like button, it sends a signal to YouTube that this is the place to be. So hitting that like button is essential to helping people come here and get the knowledge that we're giving them. A lot of people don't know about. Enough Falcons fans don't know about. We got a lot of people that know about us, but we need everybody to get some of this positive energy over here. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, so you can know what's really real. But the reason why I have an issue with it is that y'all be all on Tom Brady nuts. Why? Because of his stats. Y'all praise him because his stats. You praise him because he got so many rings. You praise him because he got so many wins. He's the all-time leading ring guys in wins. And then the Falcons, you got AJ Terrell, who got every number that y'all praise Tom Brady for. How the fuck are you gonna praise one guy for having the best numbers and then look at AJ Terrell, who ain't got a damn thing up front but Grady Jarrett last year? Exactly. And he's worst corner. I saw this damn video. I saw this video on YouTube. He said AJ Terrell went from the worst to the first. He's full of shit. That whole video was full of shit. And this is the reason why I have a major problem with everybody who has anything. And I challenge anybody to come on Mad Mike channel and AFN and sit next to us and tell me how we are. I dare you motherfuckers to come on this.
Get him. Get him. Get him.
You ain't got the nuts to say it. All right?
He said what he said.
Bro, that's the problem that I have. Everybody want to say it, but nobody want to prove it. Everybody said that Deion Jones, he had a terrible season, but not one content creator out here has made a film breakdown on Deion Jones sucking the entire year. How the hell do you have 137 tackles in a whole year, but you sucked?
Everybody looking at that one play where he missed that tackle against Washington, and they going by that shit.
That's exactly what we're talking about. So this is the problem that I have. I don't have a problem with your opinion. But if you cannot back up your opinion with absolute facts and stats, then you just talking shit. You
just talk. It's talking out there.
Don't matter.
Bro, that's my issue. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. Everybody's entitled to have and think the way that you think. But if you're gonna spread lies, which is absolute lies, to say AJ Terrell is the 10th, are you serious? You trying to tell me that 9 other guys are better than AJ Terrell? When we look at the stats, and he said every time when you look at anybody that put up stats against cornerback, AJ Terrell is 1, 1, 1, 1, 2,
don't throw the ball his way.
1. What the fuck are we talking about? What are we talking about? It's on film that he's shutting people down. It's in the stats that he's shutting down people.
Second half of the season.
He's not getting to the Pro Bowl because you man. Look,
you right, Mike.
I had to say
because the second half of the season they weren't throwing in his direction.
They were
afraid to.
They're scared.
They do better.
Like I said, that's all I had to say, man. This topic for AJ Terrell, it's about as passionate as it is how I was with Matt Ryan. It was so much hate towards Matt Ryan, unjust hate for this man. And now that he's not in Atlanta Falcons, suddenly he's the greatest of all time. Man, come on, man.
Thank you.
The hypocrisy with this media is disgusting.
Thank you.
And it starts with ESPN. You see them. They fired a football guy in Randy Moss for a goddamn fantasy football stuff. Matthew Berry, bro. You fired Brandon Moss for Matthew. Man, let me get out.
And that man a Hall of Famer too.
Man, look, I started taking ESPN serious when they started letting Dan Orlovsky break down play. You think I'm gonna sit here and listen to somebody who ran out the back of his own damn end zone?
No, look. Let me tell you something. I started taking ESPN seriously when Skip Bayless said critical tackles.
Hey, hold on. What's Skip over there talking about? Skip.
What?
Skip, what we doing, Skip?
Critical tackles.
Oh,
I mean, I literally almost crashed my car when I heard that.
Critical tackles.
Critical tackles. And I'm still trying to figure out
They
what that
making
is.
up all kinds of damn category shit. Hell, if they making up categories, somebody get them on the phone. I need somebody to average how many beers I drink per week.
Hey, I got a score update. Mike Harris just hit a 2-1 home run.
Hello.
Where we at?
We in Washington.
We in
4-2.
Washington. It's 4-2 now.
Oh yeah. We about to make up for the Mets. Let me tell you that right now.
Oh yeah.
We'll come back later on.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and wait a minute. First of all, let's hit up. We got Miss Carrie here. Said, AS Fan Family, hit up the like button videos if you like the Falcons content. Thank you. We appreciate you, Miss Carrie.
We appreciate you, Carrie. Thank you.
Carrie.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. But check this out. Let's get into this because I know we didn't almost gave Mad Mike some gray hairs on this topic here. I want to get into this one right here and get you guys' opinion on it. This right here. Quadre Olison said he feels ready for the season. States he's in a different mode. Will he get more playing time?
Hey man, I really hope he do, man, because I feel like Dan Quinn and Tommy the Dummy, they gave him the raw end of the deal. He showed flashes of what he could do.
Yes.
Boy, they just never gave him the opportunity. Everybody act like Quadre Olison is just terrible. That man is not terrible.
He ran the ball good last year.
He is not terrible. He will run you over. He do not care.
He was part of the he was a victim to the soft serve committee.
Yeah. Pew Ball Quinn. Yeah, with that melted ice cream head looking bitch. But we ain't gonna get into him. Dog, Quadre Olison, man, you give him the reps, man. I think he gonna flourish, dog. He'll be a monster. They just won't never give him the opportunity. And I've been watching for a few years. I'm like, man, why y'all won't just give Olison the damn opportunity to do something? Because the boy can play.
What you got, Blackberry?
Yeah, I think he is gonna get more touches. There's a lot of people like Quadre Olison, man. It's about his work ethic and it's about the flashes, like you said, it's about the flashes he done showed that he can be a good total of that rock, man. But I would be remiss if I didn't say he still got to show it. He got to prove it. I know we like him and we seen the flashes, and when we see it and we just be thinking to ourselves, man, if we can get that boy to get that rock about 15 to 20 times a game, ain't no telling what he could do. But he still got to prove it, y'all. He still got to prove it. I think he can. It's just about whether or not he'll get the opportunity with this lineup that we are going to be putting on the field this year. So,
right.
You got Algier, you got, of course, you got Cordell, and so
Damian Williams.
You got Damian Williams. So everybody can't tote the rock now. Everybody can't tote it. So he going to have to prove it in training camp. He going to have to prove it, when they get them one-on-ones in training camp, he going to have to show that, hey, I'm here. Y'all going to have to give me them touches. So he got to prove it. He got to show he got some real competition out there in training camp. So we going to see.
What you got, Coach?
Well, this is going to be kind of weird about him getting on the field. We don't know who's going to make the team. We got too many running backs. We don't know how many we're going to keep. We don't know how many wide receivers we're going to keep. So if somebody's going to get cut, that they don't be expected to get cut if Wallace to make the team. So right now in the depth chart, he's almost last. He's behind Avery Williams in the depth chart that they have here. However, like I said, this is just an early depth chart, so we don't know.
Yeah.
I would love to see him because he when he had the ball last year, that little short time he had, he was doing his thing. He was actually the best running back in the season almost last year. So,
I believe that because of last year, Arthur Smith kind of saw the handwriting on the wall that our running game wasn't what he hoped it would be, and I believe he saw potential in Quadri, but I believe it probably would have put him in a bad position, being that we were struggling at running back and stuff like that. I believe this season, though, like you said, they're going to have to prove that they want to be on there. But I believe whatever players that don't make that 53-man roster up front, a lot of them are going to be on the practice squad because we have so much depth that at any given moment, should something happen for, God forbid, we can bring those guys up. And I believe that's what we got to take a look at because, remember, we didn't have that kind of depth last year.
Yep.
And that carries over when we get into, the later part of the season and into the playoffs, because that's when everything changes. That's when the teams that don't have them rosters, they start to break down. So, and two, you got to think about it. This depth gives us a rotation. So we're not burning out one player over another. And that's one of the issues we had too. We didn't have a good rotation. If one man went down, we were screwed, as you saw. So you can look for a lot of them. If they don't make the 53-man roster, a lot of them is going to be on practice squad.
If nobody don't pick them up.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So only all I can say is, truthfully, only time will tell. Once you get closer to the preseason games, you'll pretty much know who's going to be doing what.
And you know a little bit of training camp too, how the practice is going, who's in the first team, second team, so on.
Oh yeah.
Let me respond to Brian Peoples, and Brian Peoples, appreciate your comment, man. Brian Peoples said Q definitely, as speaking in Quadri Allison, needs his carry so Patterson could play more wide receiver. Y'all know what? Quadri Allison being on the field at the same time as Cordell Patterson. I'm thinking about it now, and my imagination is running wild because don't y'all think Cordell Patterson would look damn good in a wing set?
Man,
I think it's a lot of opportunity in a wing set with a big guy that can run. Like Cordell Patterson, and then you got Quadri Allison in the backfield.
And he another bulldozer.
So
just like Tyler. He another bulldozer.
He ain't no small, bro.
Nah.
Right. So you got some thunder, some lightning, but you got a thunderstorm in there with Quadri Allison and Cordell Patterson in a wing set. I'm my imagination running wild with that one.
And it goes back to that pick your poison scenario. That is what Arthur Smith is going to enjoy, making teams pick their poison. He's going to make your defense choose.
Yeah. Algill could be in that wing set too now.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I mean, Arthur Smith coming downhill. He ain't doing all. He coming down. He coming at you. He's coming at your soul. He's not do anything else in that run game. He's coming at your soul.
And they gonna hit you right in the mouth.
He's trying to take your soul away.
And Mike made a valid point on one of his one of his rants or whatever. He was breaking down. No, he's breaking down what Jew was talking about yesterday. When you got this kind of setup, you know what I'm saying? That makes the unpredictability that we got and establishing that run game. He was talking about he was talking about, hey, the Falcons, in order to do what they got to do, should establish a run game early. You know what I'm saying? You were talking about establishing a run game early. Do you not know, having that kind of scenario, having that kind of ability to cause that kind of chaos, starting off with the run game early, first and second down, do you know what that does for us? That not only burns up the clock, that not only makes the defense honest, but we eat up yardage as well, so that by the time we really get ready to do something serious, we're already in the red zone. You see what I'm saying? Because we're not trying to come back from having to do 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15, whatever, to where we can go and score touchdowns instead of hitting field goals. That changes our field position. That basically changes the what's the word I want to use? That changes the momentum of the game, because these teams now that have these stout defenses, now they have to pay close attention to the nuances instead of worried about how they're going to dominate and get at our quarterback. You see what I'm saying? If it's too much confusion on the field, you can't focus on trying to get to Mariota. Because we're making it to where their pressure is almost obsolete.
Make total sense to me.
Yeah, because you limit the amount of you limit the passing game, but you open it up for the passing game, and especially if you get the running game going early, because you set the tone for the rest of the game. Because the defense will constantly be on their heels.
Hey, Warren, it's gonna be a lot of yak on this team here, bro.
I'm trying to tell you.
It's gonna be a lot of yak.
Oh yeah.
When these boys get the ball, you got a basketball team out there. Everybody can run, and everybody can run you over.
Oh yeah.
Right. And you got running backs that, like I said, they're going to hit the hole and carry 2 or 3 people with them.
You better get out of the way, buddy. They gonna collapse your chest cavity, boy.
There's gonna be some yak out there. Everybody can run you smack over. It don't matter who it is. You put that ball in Drake London's hand, he gonna run you over. Put that ball in Kyle Pitts' hand, go run you over. Put it in El's hand.
And that takes pressure off the O-line, because they don't have to sit back there and wait for Mariota to find a receiver. You see what I'm saying? They're not tasked with having to, it's all or nothing, or the quarterback gonna get it. If you don't find somebody, it's like, nah, we're gonna do what we gotta do. We're gonna block, open these holes up. Y'all do what y'all gotta do. That's it.
Blackberry, you said something that's really important, and I think this is essential, because we actually, like I said, I got a special project for a lot of Vic fans, and I think you're gonna love where I'm going with this. We're gonna do this on the Heavy Hitter Show Wednesday, so you guys do not forget this. I promise you guys are gonna love. If you like nostalgia and you like the old school Falcons, I promise you guys are gonna love this. But I think it's key to mention what Blackberry just said, is that when you look at this in the Falcons team, one of the things that a lot of people aren't focused on are the additions. And this is something that Devontae brought up. The additions, if you look closely to what this team is doing right now, it resembles 2007. Do anybody know who was in charge? If you look at all the moves that they made, all right. Like I said, I'm probably giving too much, but we're gonna go in depth with this. But this is essential for people to. If you're a real Falcons fan, you know where I'm going with it. It's identical to what happened in 2007. The defensive side of the ball. They went out in this draft this year. On the defensive side of the ball, what was their first addition? On the defensive side of the ball, this draft, what was their first addition?
Edge rush.
Edge rushers.
Yes. Okay.
What did Rich McKay do in 2007? What was his first move that he made?
Was it Abraham?
Exactly. So
bingo.
Like I said, if you go back and look at even in the draft, we did another thing. Not only with the wide receivers, but in free agency, we went heavy on one position. went heavy on one particular position. Does anybody know that position?
Safety.
Edge rusher.
2007.
No, it was
Running
running.
back.
Yeah.
We went out, got
Running
we
back.
re-signed Quadri Olison. We drafted Tyler Algier. We re-signed Cordero Patterson, and we got, I'm missing somebody right now. But that, if you go back and look at 2007 and 2000 and the moves from 2007 and 2008, like I said, we're gonna go in detail with this on Wednesday, and this is why I had to do this, because a lot of Falcons fans, like I said, if you love Vic, if you love that style of football in 2000, 98 and 99 season with Jamal Anderson,
DVD.
Yeah.
you love the next episode of Heavy Hitter. So I promise you guys, you gotta hit that subscribe button. You guys are gonna get some, y'all gonna get some gems. I promise you that.
You know
You
what?
will not be
DVD.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
DVD is coming back.
Yeah, yeah. But if you notice, Mike and them have been talking about that. We've been talking about that all last season.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been harping on the run game. Because if y'all remember, when Falcons had a running game, we were feared and we were deadly. And nobody could stop that run game. When the Falcons got that run game going, it was almost impossible to stop.
Unstoppable.
So,
You get a run game from it for any team on any level.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Your chances of winning have just grew exponentially.
Right.
With a running attack that's hard to stop.
Right.
Because even the most pedestrian quarterback with the most average receiver set of receivers can be successful in the passing game if you got a running attack that's hard to stop.
Right.
Think about high school level. What we do in high school?
Run.
We run. Come on, coach. Say it with me, coach.
Run.
We run the ball.
Run.
Yeah.
The team that you turn on, you turn on any state championship game, high school level throughout the nation. I don't care. I don't care if it's Nebraska, Georgia, Idaho, Iowa. I don't care what high school championship game you watch. They gonna be running the ball.
Yeah.
Pound the rock.
Because it's eating up the clock.
That's something. Right. That's something that transitions to every level. It don't matter what level you on, pee-wee, high school, college, professional. The running game is always going to be one of the most important aspects of your offense. If you have a dynamic running game, now it's all good if you like Kansas City, it's all good if you like the Buffalo Bills and you can sling that thing across the field. But guess what? You're fortunate because most teams can't rely on a passing game. Mm-hmm. Most teams need a running attack.
Right.
Yep. To at least be middle of the pack. If you at least middle of the pack throughout the league, you're serviceable. You're doing well. So the running game is a key aspect, is a key to an offense being successful. It's key.
Yeah. That and then just what I was gonna say. Who said that? Bubba Gump said it in one of the comments. Remember when we had Michael Turner?
Mm-hmm.
Michael Turner caused all kind of headaches.
You get a lot of play action too, boy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He ain't got the balls on the field. Yeah.
Oh, he was guaranteed 10 yards after. He was guaranteed 10, 15 yards at a time. Easy.
We had a dangerous offensive line too.
Yeah. But see, it takes wear and tear off the quarterback.
Yeah.
Because if all you got to do is dump the ball off, 9 times out of 10, they ain't got time to sack you.
Yep.
They don't have time. And then, too, if you look at it, the running game would have done us quite well when we played Buffalo in the snow. Because the running game is good against those open stadiums where the wind can offset a pass easily. So if you playing teams like, for instance, Indy, Chicago, Baltimore, Buffalo, New England, you got to have a run game, period. And it works against stout defenses because over time you can wear that defense down.
Mm-hmm.
What you got, Locke?
Oh man,
Locked in, what's up, boy?
what's happening?
What's going on,
That
bro?
boy got the study eyes on that day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Locke got something over there. What you got, Locke?
I was on the man. I missed the whole AJ Terrell rant, but I came in at the back end of it, and I actually looked at the stats between Ramsey's, who they said is the best last year. That's crazy. Only thing that Ramsey had on AJ Terrell was one interception. AJ Terrell had three, and then one, and then AJ Terrell had one sack. Ramsey didn't have one sack. And then I want to put this out there. Ramsey's been in the game for like 7 years. He's been 7 years. He's been drafted by the Jags in 16, and AJ Terrell has been in the game for like 2 years, and he has almost half as many tackles in 2 years that Ramsey has in his whole career. It's crazy.
I want to get to this comment right here from Noah the Professor.
No.
And he was talking about. He said Mariota was great with play action and had a solid backfield rotation and a great tight end. What does he have now?
Mm-hmm.
Mariota got an arsenal.
Damn, so got tight ends.
He got an arsenal. He can pick and choose, and he got an arsenal with a rotation. He got an arsenal with a rotation, and I'm guaranteeing you, Arthur Smith is scheming up some plays that's going to take a lot of pressure off of Mariota. You're not going to be able to just run at him and knock him down like y'all think y'all gonna do.
It's coming.
It's not gonna happen. All right, let's see. Let's get to this next topic here. Okay, hey, wait. I know y'all gonna love this one. Who will be a happy rookie surprise? I'm gonna let Blackberry take this one.
Y'all know who I've been having my eye on. Y'all know John Fitzpatrick, tight end out of Georgia. Our last selection in this year's draft. Happy rookie surprise. The upside this guy has. Okay, John Fitzpatrick is the grit guy. He's the guy that understands that his role is to go out there and punch somebody in the mouth and free everybody else up so that they could be successful. He understands that. But guess what else? I think he got in his back pocket. I'm looking at this dude. This dude's 6'7", 250 pounds. When you look at him, he's in phenomenal shape. This dude is in phenomenal shape. He's sneaky athletic. I done talked about this before. John Fitzpatrick is that guy that nobody's going to see coming, like George Kittle. When I see him, I think instantly, I thought, George Kittle. Nobody seen George Kittle coming. Nobody. But George Kittle for about 3-4 years, before Kelsey really took off, George Kittle was the best tight end in the NFL. He was the best. When you look at John Fitzpatrick and you look at his numbers in Georgia, the pedestrian fan will say, we can't do nothing with that. We can't do nothing with 200 yards, 17 catches, 1 touchdown over 4 years. We can't do nothing with that. He wasn't targeted number 25, I think 25 times.
Mhm.
That's because they had a perennial tight end, catching tight end, route running tight end. John Fitzpatrick, he wants to get dirty. He want to be in there banging, knocking and banging with them with the fat boys on the line. No disrespect to anybody that overweight. But y'all know what I'm talking about. We talking football. It's an aspect of this team. That's why I said when I talked about how Drake London's ferociousness at wide receiver is going to bleed into the identity of this offense. Guys like John Fitzpatrick, who when you need to get 1 yard, 2 yards, and you need to run that thing up behind somebody, if you ain't going to run it up behind one of them tackles or one of them guards, you put you a big tight end like John Fitzpatrick that he ready to go out there and knock somebody in the mouth. Right. You run that thing up behind him, and the dynamic of the game can change. I want y'all to think about a play. Remember this play. We were playing the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota a couple years ago. Okay. Might have been 3 years ago now. That last play, the game-winning touchdown, Matt Ryan threw to Julio Jones on a wide receiver screen. He took it to the house. Y'all remember that block that Jake Matthews put on Peterson over there?
That's gonna be Fitzpatrick.
He knocked his lights out.
That's gonna be Patrick.
Took him out. It was the block that set up the game-winning score.
Yep.
Okay. I look at guys like John Fitzpatrick, guys that know that everybody, when they see him come out there, they know his role. He know his role. My role is to go out there and knock somebody in the damn mouth today. Kyle, you catch your balls. Everybody else, y'all catch your balls. Y'all get your yards. But I'm going to go out here and knock somebody in the mouth. Linebackers, beware. Safeties, beware. You're about to get knocked in the mouth by John Fitzpatrick for how many games we playing now? 17?
17.
For
Yes, sir.
17 games, you about to get knocked in the mouth by John Fitzpatrick. I think he going to win that number 2 tight end spot. I think he going to win it over some pretty good, serviceable tight ends and Headsy and what's the Fitz? Fisker. Those guys are very serviceable. And they are very proven in this league. And I believe John Fitzpatrick in training camp is going to win the number 2 tight end position over those 2 guys. That's off of the heart that I seen this guy play with. This dude is nasty, y'all. Smash mouth. I'm telling you. It's about to go down in training camp.
I'm gonna piggyback off of that and go with my man. I've been talking about all off season long, Tyler Algier. The human tractor. Right along with John Fitzpatrick knocking people in the mouth, Tyler Algier gonna run them over and stomp on them and keep going. And carry 2 more on his back and drop them off when he get done. That dude is a monster. He's got good vision and he's got good awareness. You know what I'm saying? You give him the ball, he gonna find the hole. And if you jump in his way, he gonna run you over or carry you with him. Period.
Smash mouth.
He got a chip on his shoulder, and it's like he thrives off of it. You don't see him running away from no kind of contact. None. And he don't care who is in his way. He gonna make an example out of it. I believe he gonna show out. And I mean show out in the most disrespectful way. Like I said, go back and look at his film. He's a beast. And and once he get done, he ain't like he tired. He going right back at it. So he hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Who you got, Locke?
I was thinking the same person you were talking about, Algier. I was looking at his highlights the other day. It was like cease to amaze me, man. I was I was surprised. It's like a baby of beast mode, but pretty much. It ain't too much to really say. I'm on Night Rider right now. How he be saying he need to see. I done seen what all I can see. I just want him to translate that to from the college level to the professional level and shit. We got something going with that one.
Mhm.
I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. Like I'm so pumped and so excited about our season starting and shoot as soon as training camp open up, man. I'm gonna try to get out there, man, to see these guys for sure.
Who you got? And
Well, I was gonna say Tyler Algier too.
I'm telling you.
I'm gonna take it on the defensive side. I'm gonna
Okay.
say AK-47.
Okay.
yes, sir.
He gonna be a beast. Now, since we finally got some help up front, him and Grady, they're gonna wreak havoc on these offenses, man. I'm telling you. I'm gonna just say I think he gonna have 10 plus sacks this year. You can bookmark it. You can quote me. I don't care. I don't care. Look, I stand on my word. Mark it right now. 10 plus sacks.
12, baby.
10 plus sacks. Yeah.
12.
The man is cerebral. The man is cerebral. This is what people got to pay attention to. This man been studying the playbook all off season.
All off season.
Like he has been studying the playbook all off season. Here we got like Noah. Noah said, well, most productive running back in college last year. My favorite play from him was hustling after intro and punch the ball and let the offense recover it. He's got more heart than you remember.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Let's
And you're right, Noah. That was Philly. My bad. Y'all got to correct me. So that was Philly we were playing in that game. Go ahead,
Okay.
R1.
Okay, well, let's give a shout out to our boy, man, Los in the building. What up, Los?
Los.
But yeah, anytime you hear a player that has that IQ, that football IQ, and he's studying the playbook, that means he's learning how to be efficient at what he does best, period. And those turn out to be some of the most dangerous players because he's going to be able to, read offenses to see where the holes are, and he's going to be able to attack and get after the quarterback. And that's the presence that we were missing.
Mm-hmm.
But who you got, Coach?
Okay, I'm going for the rookie of the year. Offensive rookie of the year. It's going to be Drake. I see him as the offensive rookie of the year this year.
That's a hot take. That's a hot take, Coach.
I see him as
Hey.
I think he's one of the best offensive players that was drafted this year in his first round this year, guys.
Yes, sir.
Look at it. If he played all 12, 13 games he played last year, he probably had another 200 yards on that after. So he missed those 2 games because of injuries. I don't think nobody can be able to stop him. I hate to say this, but I don't think nobody can be able to stop him. If he gets the ball, he's guaranteed to get 10 yards every time he touches the ball.
Yep.
Especially on these little DBs that we have that don't want to tackle. They're going to try to take his legs out, but they're not going to want to tackle. They got to make that business decision, just like tackling a running back. They got to make a business decision on this game. So, but that's my guy, man. I think he's gonna be the rookie of the year this year. Offensive rookie of the year.
And see what y'all not picking up on what Coach is saying too is don't think they just gonna put him out there all by himself.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to make an executive decision because Arthur Smith gonna put some more boys out there. So where you still gonna have to pick your poison. You're going to have to pick your poison. It ain't gonna be no basically y'all gonna get Pitts and then y'all gonna bracket him and that's nah. It's not gonna happen. They gonna make you think. They're gonna make you work for that. They're gonna make you work to stop them, and that's what's important.
Yeah, Coach made a point a while ago about how don't be surprised if Mariota end up being one of the most accurate quarterbacks this season because of the wingspan that these receivers, tight ends have.
Big son of a bitch.
Right.
Big bodies make big targets.
Right.
And when you got a running game that's reliable, it's even easier to get it to them big targets. Because guess what? They hiding in plain sight.
Mm-hmm.
I.e. John Fitzpatrick, Kyle Pitts going up on a post or something like that. And John Fitzpatrick said, yep, I went up the seam. 20-yarder.
Think about the screens they can run with these guys, man. Oh, my gosh.
It's a wall.
With the blocking?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
It's a wall.
Blocking, yes.
Oh, my God.
6'5", 6'3", 6'4", 6'7", cross the line.
And you ain't got to thread the needle.
No, just
So as you play, your accuracy gonna increase because who is gonna be able to literally? You're gonna have to have a cornerback or a safety to jump over the top of them before they get off the ground in order for them to even try to stop the pass, which is in most cases will end up being a pass interference.
Or holding.
Yeah. So what you gonna do with that? Because you try to hold their arms down, they're gonna call that. And then in Pitt's case, you hold one arm down, then you ain't doing nothing. He just gonna throw the other one up and do one and catch.
No, we seen that already last year.
Right.
They're gonna be out there giving hugs. They're gonna be out there giving out hugs.
They'll be catching the ball, they'll be hugging them around their chest like this ain't fair. And it ain't. I love it.
It's gonna be interesting.
But let's go to this one right here because I know Ant probably gonna have a field day with this one. I know man Mike would.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Oh my God.
I always showed up because of my name. Look, I told y'all, like Andy, man, all I need to hear is Magic Burgers. That's it.
Look, I'm about to read it. I'm glad you're here, Mike. Keyshawn Johnson says the Falcons made a mistake in letting go of Matt Ryan.
You punk motherfucker.
Say it again.
You punk motherfucker.
Come on, bro. Man, look. I just
Go ahead.
I just cut. I came to the conclusion that people just like me angry. This is the reason they just like people to be angry. So I'm just gonna embrace it, okay? Just like he embraced that sorry sack of shit head coach John Gruden, right?
Mm-hmm.
He loved that man.
This man, look, this man got rid of. Let me just say this real quick because this is what we talking about. I literally ranted about this yesterday. Y'all do all this nut sucking. Y'all did not give this man any type of respect for 14 magical years.
14 years.
Who the hell quarterback has ever thrown a touchdown on their first pass?
First pass, bro.
Nobody
does that.
Right? Nobody. I don't remember ever seeing that. Ever.
Nope.
So it's not many players who have made a magical, like, look, Jeff Francoeur hit a home run. All right. I think Jason Hayward did the same thing. So it's like you see these magical moments all the time. But Matt Ryan, year after year after year after year, this guy's done nothing but had magical moments. So my issue is not with the fact that he's saying that Matt Ryan is, and we made a mistake getting rid of him. But bitch, what was his energy the whole for 14 years? Y'all wait till his 14th year to start saying, maybe he is a good quarterback. Which is it? Are you guys prejudiced against people from the South? Because that's what it seems like. Yep. Anybody that has anything to do with the South, we got a problem. And like I said, and like Andre said, all right, the South got something to say. We've been here. We got 2 championships. Bitch, we got 2 fucking championships in 1 year. The South got something to say. So whether y'all like it or not, y'all look.
Say it again, 3K. Say it again.
That's it.
Look, I said look, we got 2 champions. All right, 2 champions in one state. What's the hate for? 2 champions in 1 year, bro. What are we talking about?
I think it's a twofold, and I'm just hear me out. Number one, you noticed they started to give Matt Ryan his props when he was on Indy. Why? Because they knew he had something to work with in Indy. The reason, and this is just my personal opinion, I believe, number one, they say we made a mistake with Matt Ryan because they see now what Arthur Smith has built, Terry Fontenot has built in terms of offense and defense. See, that's one of the reasons why. Because as long as we had serious deficiencies on offense and defense, they were saying, oh, everything was his fault. Oh, he wasn't cutting it. Oh, he wasn't doing this. He wasn't doing that. And now they're looking at the fact that, oh, y'all have answered some of the issues that made him have to work as hard. Now y'all shouldn't have got rid of him. Number two, they failed to realize was we had a cap situation. Mike, and I believe you mentioned this, if we hadn't let go of Matt Ryan, we wouldn't have been able to pay these players.
Sure wouldn't.
So to me, it's like, oh, now they got receivers. Oh, now they got running backs. Oh, now they got pass rush. Oh, now they got linemen. They shouldn't have let go of Matt Ryan. It's a transition. Without letting go of Matt Ryan, the team that you look at right now that they're building would not be. It'd only be at 40%. And then y'all would still have a problem because y'all was saying, well, he needs to go.
Can't have both ways. I'm sorry.
Right. You didn't want him here when he was here because he wasn't a human highlight. But now because he was consistent at being a great player, now that we got weapons on offense and we got a semblance of a more balanced team, now all of a sudden y'all shouldn't have let him go. I mean, make your mind up, which is.
But see, that show you how much of a half-ass job Keyshawn Johnson does as an analyst.
Yep.
Because we can't make the moves we make with Matt Ryan's contract looming over the franchise's head.
Bingo.
Yep.
We can't make the moves we have to make to get this team built the way Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot are envisioning it.
Right.
It's getting there.
If Quinn Torres and Calvin Ridley would decide they still wanted to be a team, a good teammate, maybe we could have done a better job of building the team around Matt Ryan. But those guys hoard themselves out. They didn't want to play team ball. Then we talking about the Matt Ryan. So it was a whole list of things that went down before we even got to that point. All right, that's the whole issue. It was a whole issue.
Me.
If Quinn Torres, if he was a
better
person, if he was a better person, teammate, the Falcons would have been able to make moves. All right, but Quinn Torres took his $60 million to Tennessee, and now he's sitting on the sideline begging for a sandwich. Okay,
right. and Keyshawn is in my opinion clueless and biased at the same time because here's the deal. You and Max Kellerman won covering the Falcons. Y'all been on Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and Patrick Mahomes nutsack for the last 9 months. Every time I turned on that show, that's all y'all was talking about. Now all of a sudden, Matt Ryan go to Indy. Now y'all the gleaming experts. Fuck out of here with that.
Don't forget about the cowboy opponent. They ride that cowboy opponent like they at the Alamo.
Standing on the sideline cheerleading.
That's America's team right there. Y'all ain't know?
It don't matter how sorry them niggas is. Excuse me, friend.
Look, they hype this team up every single year. Every single year. And what do they do? What do they do in the playoffs?
Bounce in the first round.
Look, I can guarantee you.
Every
if you
time.
go on the show,
It never fails.
I can guarantee you right now, if you go on the show, if you look at any of the shows they had in the past 9 months, them 4 names I came up with gonna come out of their mouth for 80% of the show.
Still there today.
And the only thing they managed to get out, they managed to squeeze out was when we took Drake London. And then even when we took Drake London, they had their quote unquote reservations. That's it. They said 2 words about Mariota, and it was quote unquote, we don't know if he's gonna stay healthy. He didn't ask you that. Now you talking about AJ. All right. You gotta stop the tomfoolery. Period. And then what'll happen is they'll pick apart, when we start winning, they'll pick apart bits and pieces. Oh, I knew such and such was going to be a good play. No, you didn't. Cut it out. I can't believe the Falcons are in the playoffs. Really?
Believe it now, bitch.
Oh, wow.
We here. We here now.
Yeah.
I don't take too much stock into Keyshawn Johnson. I just need him to sit back and continue being a good boy for Max Kellerman. And yeah, I said, ooh, we won.
Hot take right there.
Ooh,
Truth
you
hurts.
trying to start some shit.
Truth hurts. Sorry to be the one to tell you.
Hey. If it's too hot for you in the kitchen, get the hell out.
Hey, don't touch that stove, baby.
I said it. Because I'm like, Mike, I'm tired of people trashing the team. You don't bring any facts. You're not trying to look up facts. You're not looking at film. All you're doing is interjecting opinions. And then 60% of the time, you're not even talking about the team. Every time you give a take, you can take something positive and take the most negative part of it, and that's what y'all pushing. Like,
hey, what you just saying about Keyshawn? The only thing he need to do is just sit back and keep throwing John Gruden under the bus. That's all he can do.
Look, yeah, Keyshawn need to continue being a good analyst for Max Kellerman. That's all he need to do.
That's all he can do.
That's all he need to do.
Oh, you talk about? Oh, you want to talk about journaling? No, I can't wait to see the look on Brian McFadden's face when the Falcons start winning. Okay, boy, he won more. He ain't giving us no kind of love. Yeah, I'm letting y'all know. CBS Sports, Brian McFadden. Y'all look him up.
Yep. I know
when the Falcons start reeling out these wins, I'm be on him. I'm be on him like white on right. I'm be on him like flies on shit. You were saying? You were saying?
I hope Simp Baylor's got enough glue for that toupee of his too.
We can't do Skip like that, dude. Let me tell you something. Skip cool guy, man. That little
Look, bro. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Skip that my boy. He a skill.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you right now. Every time you talk about Brady, he got on his tutu. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Mm.
Oh yeah, he does. Now he will do that. So,
Yeah.
but we got to call that man whole name, bruh. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he'll twerk for Tom Brady all day.
He said
He'll twerk for Tom Brady.
He said twerk.
You can see, look, you can see it on Shannon's face every time he say something.
I know, right?
That's a half-ass job as an analyst for you to make a comment. That was a mistake by the Falcons to let go of Matt Ryan. Tell us how. How can we spend what we need to spend with Matt Ryan?
But he
Still
didn't
a looming contract.
They didn't say anything when Tom Brady left it.
No, not at all. That's what I'm saying. They'll sing and dance for Tom Brady.
That's crazy.
Ain't no damn shit.
The only thing he gonna come up with is, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be based. And I guarantee you, if he was to answer it, it would be based on who we got on the team right now. I guarantee you that. Because if it had been last year and we hadn't made no moves, Matt Ryan, they'd have been, it's good. Matt Ryan should have left. Matt Ryan should have left Atlanta Falcons until we got Drake London, until we got, you know what I'm saying, all these other players, until we got Auden Tate, until we got Tyler Algier. He should have left. Everybody was like, oh, yeah, you know, the Falcons did Matt Ryan good until we started getting players and making moves and building a team.
Question for everybody. This is for everybody. I think we'll go into it. So this is the question that I have for a lot of people, and that's something that I was wrestling with throughout the entire season is, when is it a good time to move on from Matt Ryan? That's the question. Are we going to wait till Matt Ryan is no longer, he can no longer walk, or wait to, you know, we lose Terrell, we lose Grady Jarrett, we lose Debo, we lose Jake Matthews, we lose, we still have a young Chris Bishop, and then we got to build over from the very beginning, or we just, you know, like at this point, I came to the conclusion as a huge Matt Ryan fan. All right, I got him second all time behind Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning is my GOAT.
Oh yeah.
So we talk about when is it a good time, and that's something that I had to have a one-on-one with myself, because I almost damn cried. Like I almost cried. No, just real shit. Matt Ryan, when we said that Matt Ryan has been traded, bro, I had tears in my eyes, because I knew since I was a little boy, a little kid, teenager, watching Matt Ryan, I was like, man, my childhood hero is gone. He's no longer there. So
me personally,
I had to have.
I would have let him walk. I would have let his contract run out and then let him walk. The only reason why we all know the only reason why he got traded, because they tried to go for Deshaun Watson. They pretty much pissed in the well and tried to make him drink it. That shit, when I seen they tried to get Deshaun Watson, I was like, man, they finna trade Matt Ryan.
Well, you know what though?
This is the question I got. I got the question for that. What good does that do for us? We get nothing.
Not a damn thing. Shit.
And that's the reason why I don't believe that happened. That's the reason why I didn't believe that happened from the very beginning. I think it was, and I'll say this over and over again. If they wanted Deshaun Watson, they could have easily. They could have.
Look. Let me.
They could have got him, but look, Cleveland throwed all that money. You know, we ain't had that kind of money.
But I know what Mike was saying, because I heard him talk on one of his videos.
Yeah.
They was trying to force those other teams in the division to get Deshaun.
Right. Yeah.
And it kind of played the wrong way. I don't think they wanted to get Deshaun Watson, really. I think it was a ploy.
They just did that to keep him from going to the Saints.
Well, no, they wanted him to go to the Saints, probably.
The thing is,
would have killed their salary cap for years to come, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But see, the thing is, it was, in my opinion, it was time for him to move on anyway, because when you look at the type of person Arthur Smith is and where he came from, whatever, he came from a run-heavy team. He came from a run-heavy offense. Matt Ryan was superb at passing. He wasn't a scrambling quarterback. He wasn't a running quarterback, but he was an elite, competent quarterback, and he was able to adjust for the team that he had. We had 14 years of that kind of culture, and I remember Mike and them saying it earlier, was the culture is changing. They're trying to get back to that gridiron type football. And honestly, Matt Ryan did not fit that mold, because what they wanted to do was have a more unpredictable or more flexible offense. Matt Ryan is great. I don't take nothing from him. He's a Hall of Famer, but he just did not, he no longer fit the mold that they were trying to create. And it was better to let him go while he still had gas in the tank, whether we were upset about it or not. Because I wasn't happy either. I was like, dang, they just let the man go. But you had to look at outside looking in, what are they trying to build? And now that we see what they're building, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Only thing I'm mad at about that trade, like, damn, he only worth a third round pick, really?
That's what my issue was.
Didn't get
Those are
enough
bad.
for him.
They got exactly
Somebody
what
would
they
give him
could
at
have
least
got.
a second on first.
That's all you can get for, especially in the situation because it
Yeah,
was so
yeah.
late in the game. You know, it was.
That's
And
only
they
you
know
thought.
he.
Go
ahead,
ahead,
man.
coach. Go ahead.
I was saying, think about that. They got that because now he was. I ain't gonna say it was bad. Good. It was like he had to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
They won't just let him go. If they let him go, they would have got nothing from the deal. So a third round pick was actually a good pick, I say, for the situation they was in. Because if they would let him go or cut him, whatever, you know, you're still losing money, but then you get nothing for the deal.
He probably would have landed somewhere else.
Yeah, but we would have got nothing for him though.
Thing is, he wanted to be. If he was going to be gone, he wanted to be in Indianapolis,
Well,
and because he done expressed that to Blank, because he done expressed that to Fontenot them. See, Arthur Blank, that's his boy, so he gonna look after Matt. If Matt not gonna be here, then I'm gonna at least look out for his best, for what I think his best interests are. So I think what it was Arthur went and told everybody else, like, hey, that's where you want to go. That's all you can get. That's what we take it. Yeah, because he was one of the players out of all of the ones that didn't screw Arthur Blank over. The man was honorable all the way to the end. So it only made sense to get that man the right to go where he wanted to go so he could continue to be great.
Oh yeah.
Because Matt Ryan gave up money and himself to help keep this team together.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he gave him money. He just kept extending. He made $213 million.
Yeah, he sacrificed his own personal interest to make sure that the team was able to do what they was able to do.
Yeah.
And that right there, Arthur Blank had to honor that.
You know,
Lloyd Donnelly says, "Get ready for ugly football, sexy stuff." Yes, sir. Look, hey, bro, I like that kind of talk, bro. I like that kind of talk, bro.
I love it.
Because it's gonna be smash mouth football, y'all.
Oh yeah, it ain't nothing like smash mouth, man. All that pretty shit can go out the window.
It's why I'm gonna be tuning in every Sunday, on a Thursday and on a Saturday and maybe on a Monday. I will be tuning in every single week to watch somebody get smacked in the mouth by these Falcons because they ain't seen it in a long time.
Okay.
Look.
Okay.
I made this point a while ago. Remember those Rex Ryan teams when he was in New York with the Jets?
Yeah.
Matt hit you in the mouth on defense, ground and pound on offense. That's what it's gonna be now.
He ready for it. The only thing with Rex Ryan, it was a lot of controversy with him, but he really wanted to hire Rex Ryan, and that was one of those style defense. That's why I say when you look at Arthur Blank, he's a guy he's a defensive guy first. He's a fan of defense first and foremost. All right, he doesn't like all this prissy football. That's what if you go back and look at the Falcons, one of the things that he wanted was a defense. You hire a defense, a general manager in Rich McKay. Rich McKay was a defense, like he builds defense, but he builds balanced teams. That's what he's always been. That's why I say we're going to expand on that topic on Wednesday on Heavy Hitters, because when you look at this team, all the moves are exactly the same. We're going back to what Falcons football are. It's going back from the 60s and 70s. We have been a defensive, run-first type of team. We've never been prissy like that. Even when we was run and shoot, we still had guy like Broussard. We had Craig Ironhead Haywood. We always had tough running backs. We've never not ran the ball with this team. So at the end of the day, I'm telling people, we had Matt Ryan, but Matt Ryan was he's one of those blip on the radar. I was like, all right, you see in the Matrix, he's a fucking Neo. That's what he is. He was Neo. He was the chosen one. You don't get too many Neos, okay? You're not going to see another Neo. You will never ever see another Matt Ryan again. ever for this franchise. I'm telling you right now, you will never see that
Ever.
But we're going back to what we are. We are the Dirty Birds. All right, it's Dirty Bird Thursday. We going back to hitting you in your mouth, playing tough, sound defense. That's what we are. And Arthur's taking us back to our roots. We forgot
We always
ourselves.
had a run game. You're right about that.
Always had heavy backs. Always had heavy backs.
We
Where
were
you
feared.
at, Drew?
We were feared for our running game. People did not want to see the Falcons running game because the one thing coaches used to know, if they get that running game going, they're hard to stop. And we would run teams into the ground. We wasn't passing 40, 50 times a game. Passing was always optional. That's what made people like Jamal Anderson such, and prime time. That's what made them such explosive players. That ground and pound game was what we did. And that, honestly, like you said, Mike, that was our identity. So we weren't flashy. We just got it done.
Mm-hmm. Contisha,
Yeah.
who do y'all think? Who do y'all think was the bad energy in the locker room? Because they seem so much closer now. Teams seem like they like each other. Again.
Yeah,
I don't
if I'm being real, y'all, I don't think it was bad energy in the locker room. The bad energy that would have been there said he didn't like the thoughts that was in his head, so he went and got some help. Calvin Ridley.
I'm gonna say right now there's no divas in the locker room. If you're gonna talk about energy, there's no divas in the locker room.
No
Everybody got a point to prove. Everybody knows that their job is on the line. Everybody wants to be here, and everybody is happy to put in work.
I think it's a little different than that. I think it's more that they got to be more accountable for themselves now because with that, there was no accountability there.
Right.
They did what they wanted
Buddy
to do.
system.
It's all about the accountability now. So you got to be more focused and more disciplined now than you were before. So I think it's more about not having no discipline in that locker room. That's what it was.
Now touch on that.
Person itself.
No more soft serve.
Now speak on that, coach. Now, cause let's get real specific. Now, let's be real specific. We got guys that don't think they need to practice like everybody else.
Right. That's
But that's what
we got guys that want to go practice and train with everybody else outside of their own teammates. Calvin Ridley. So when your number one and your number two receiver, both heads is other places.
Over there running routes in the backyard.
Hey, they rather what you say, Warren. They rather run routes in the backyard.
Yeah, run routes in the backyard at the Uncle Cookout.
Look, let me say this because man, I don't think Julio was a problem. I don't think Calvin was a problem. I don't think any other players were the problem. And this is what coach is saying. The problem is when you have leadership who allow, you got it's like a kid at home. If you got a 2-year-old kid, that 2-year-old kid gonna do 2-year-old kid stuff. Players gonna do player stuff. They gonna have a certain mentality. But when your ownership, I wouldn't necessarily say ownership, but when you got your coaches and your GMs, they allow a lax type of atmosphere on that. Julio gonna do what Julio does. Players are gonna do what they do. They're going to look. Let's just be real. If they're gonna sit around at work and then it's like, hey, y'all just work an hour and that's about a bit. I'm gonna give y'all full play. Y'all motherfuckers gonna work for an hour and you're gonna be good. So you're gonna be cool with that. So that's the whole issue. I don't think Julio was a bad guy. I don't think Julio wanted to use us. I don't think Calvin really wanted to use us. But when you got ownership that not holding these guys accountable and doesn't like right now, they're holding guys accountable for their like they're holding a standard. We are no longer going to give you anything. You're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to practice. So that's the issue. I don't think Julio was a bad guy. I don't think Calvin Ridley was a bad guy. They were just doing what they was allowed to do.
Yeah, neither one of them bad guys. I'm a big Julio fan, and I think really one of the most talented receivers we probably have put our eyes on with the footwork, with the way he got control over that footwork, running them routes.
Mhm.
But like you saying, you have to put a handle on these guys. Neither one of them guys is a prima donna by a long shot. Neither one of them is divas by a long shot. But now that you got a group, you got a team, you got guys trying to make the team, you got guys fighting for position. We had first of all, we went along for a long time with a team that was okay, they could win 7, 9, 10 games, make their way into the playoffs, probably make a little noise, probably upset some folks. We had that kind of team for a long time. See, now we're in a position where, like you're saying, it's just naturally going to happen. These guys want to fight for a position on this team.
Mhm.
So holding them accountable is a lot easier because it's like, hey, we ain't got time for the bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're establishing a culture of winners and leaders, because then that translates so that any players that come in the next season knows that this is not the operation to be playing with. You're gonna come in here, you're gonna put in your work, and you're gonna be all about the team. No one person is gonna be bigger than the team. And the accountability keeps them disciplined so that out on the field they give their all the time. Because they know if you screw up, ain't gonna be no pat on the back when you get to the sideline.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Ain't gonna be no, well, get him next time, Tiger. None of that.
Look, let me ask y'all this. When a kid has no home training, who's more at fault? The kid or the parent?
Parent.
Right, the parent. That's why
Yeah.
I
That's
had
all
no.
I'm saying.
Now, don't get
That's
me
all.
wrong. I was upset. Look, I was mad as hell when Julio pulled what he pulled, and I still don't
Yeah.
believe it really. But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, still got to hold the leadership, which is the GM
Yeah.
and
You allow it to happen.
the coaches. What people keep forgetting.
All the
coaches are
Yeah. You
they
allow it
all
to
are
happen.
in charge of that. They're supposed to put keep the guys in check. It's not Arthur Blank's job to make sure the players are doing what they're supposed to do. All right. His job is to trust his coaches, trust his GM. That's their job. And when they're not doing their job, then he got to make the necessary move. So this is why I have no issue with what Arthur Blank here about. He created this. No, he didn't. What happened was them coaches, they got way too lax. They got complacent. The same thing these Falcons fans got. They got complacent. They thought all right, we the Falcons, man. We had one of the greatest offenses of all time. We that. We on the level of the Patriots. We on the level of the Steelers. No, we're not. Why? Because one thing about the Patriots and the Steelers organization, they coaches hold each other accountable. They're always on the same page. And that's one of the issues that Falcons have had in quite some time, man. As you don't have the coaches. Dairy Queen, as we all know, I just don't think he was. I don't think he was ever qualified for that position, man. He's a guy that's a player coach. I squealed and I screamed when I heard they say he was a player's coach. Anytime I hear player coach, I don't like it because I already know what is heading. You're gonna have a bunch of prima donna.
He got caught up in the hype and the slogan versus actually building a culture of responsibility. He was too busy worried about the rah-rah session.
Yep.
And he figured, because when you got to lead grown men, you can't lead grown men with no rah-rah session. That ain't gonna work.
Nope.
Because they're grown men facing other grown men. They ain't grown men facing kids or grown men facing teenagers. They facing grown men that's trying to push them against their will. That rah-rah session don't do nothing when you on the field. 300-pound man and hitting you like a rag doll. You forget all about that when you on the sideline hurt and pissed off that you lost.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't gonna cut it. And when somebody holds you to the task, and you know, put it like this, you would rather knock somebody's block off than to have to deal with your coach on the sideline. That's the kind of culture that we get. Because back in the 70s and 80s, them players was afraid of their coach. You ain't coming off that field talking about, well, coach, I did the best. Nah, you getting cussed out. And then you're going to get right back out there and do what you're supposed to do.
They will get rid of you.
Right.
Real quick before we get into them questions, you hit a grown man in his pockets.
Right.
That's how you keep them in place. You don't want to come to practice, $20,000 fine.
There you go.
That's
You
it.
don't want to show up on time for dress rehearsal, $20,000 fine.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you got to hit a grown man in their pockets. See, Arthur want to win. Arthur tired of walking down on that field thinking that we got a game in the bag just to be disappointed later. He tired of that shit. Hell, we tired of that shit. I'm tired of that shit.
He ain't getting no younger.
I'm getting
no younger.
He's leaning over a little bit more now.
That's
y'all
right.
see, he used to come down there by himself. Now he bring his wife with him.
Yeah,
now he bring his wife down there to the field.
Yeah, because he looking like a Facebook elf. He bent over like, how many more times I got to come down here and hang my head in person?
Also, I ain't gonna keep coming down here hanging my goddamn head. Y'all finna win. I'm finna pull somebody out here that want to win. But let's get into the question though.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Oh yeah.
Just think about Arthur Smith, right? Look who his family is, guys. This guy don't know about losing. Look who his family is.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
I don't think you gotta think about it. It ain't about the money for him.
Mm-mm.
You know, so this guy's he's serious about his craft. So
For the love of the game.
You know, so
it's for the love of the game. He let you know day one. I ain't coming there. Look, I'm not riding on my daddy's coattails. Yeah, I know he got money. I'm down here because I'm a football player that become a head coach, and I want to win games. And I know how to win.
That man can stay on the beach for the rest of his life.
Okay.
Exactly.
It ain't about the money. He want to win.
Hey,
Ain't got to deliver now packet. He just sit out there.
right.
Ain't got to say, hey, as long as everybody, as long as all them people keep going at Home Depot, he good.
Right.
People
See,
buy
with his
too.
money,
Everybody order stuff on Amazon. The FedEx show gonna deliver.
Do y'all not understand? Every time they make a Marvel movie, Arthur Blank get paid. Every time they show a Home Depot commercial, he get paid. Every time FedEx show up, Arthur Smith's dad get paid. Neither one of them hurting for money.
That man, they try to win, bro. I don't think people realize that.
Yeah, exactly.
But Mucho Grundy asks, at which position as a collective do we have concerns?
Offensive line. That's me.
Yeah, I think we all gonna say offensive line, Mucho.
But then again,
I don't.
I'll say let's wait and see what develops.
Yeah.
Because
and that's the easy way out. It's a bully mentality, man. Like the offensive line, we got to stop with picking on the offensive line. Look, I don't know why people are not getting this. Who were our wide receivers? Who the hell was our running back? We had a fucking wide receiver that's our running back.
The Oompa
Loompas.
Well, to be fair, his question is, which position collective do we have? Well, he didn't put most concerns. See, I thought it said most concerns, but
even the concern. Look. How can you say that we have a concern with an offensive line when we don't even know who the hell our wide receiver, how good our wide receivers are going to be? We can sit up here and say that Drake London is going to be a first round pick, but we haven't seen him on the field. We can say that Kyle Pitts is going to take it to the next level, but we still got to see it. I think he can be that, but we haven't seen it yet. And that's the issue that I have. We have all these weapons. The only surefire, the only guys you can say on this offense is really two guys. And like I said, even with Kyle Pitts, it's still up in the air how good he can be. The only surefire guy is Cordero Patterson. Right. That's it. That is the only person that has shown us that he can consistently make plays. Consistently. So that's the issue that I have. Like I said, I understand the offensive line, but when you got Oompa Loompas at wide receiver, bro, we got Christian Blake. We had we had
Tajay Shaw.
Bro, come on, man. We got Mike Tiptoe. Don't want to touch the. Look, I was about to say something. I'm about to get extra.
Yeah.
He didn't want to touch it. He didn't even want to touch the cat. He didn't even want to touch it.
Yeah.
So what the offensive line gonna do? They ain't got nobody. Julio wasn't there. Calvin really wasn't there. Who the hell they working for?
Right. That's why I said wait and see, because it's more of a development. It's more of a developing type situation, because you can have all the expectations in the world for a player, but until you see them actually do what they do, because it's still going to be a learning curve for everybody, because you can practice all you want to, but until you face with the actual game, that's when you start seeing who's going to show up. That's when you're going to see who's going to show up. Because remember, last year, we had Cordero Patterson, but we didn't expect him to do what he did. He showed up as he played the game. And then people took notice.
Running into each other, bro. They was running into each other the whole game. The Patriots, we had wide receivers out there running into each other. How embarrassing is that? And we expect our offensive line to be good.
Running crossing routes.
Double crossing routes.
I'm not trying to. Please forgive me if it sounds like I'm trying to disregard y'all feelings, but bro, we had wide. Just go back to that Patriots game. If you got the guts to go back and watch that Patriots game, go watch the wide receiver.
Boy, that was one of the toughest to watch, boy.
Lord, that was painful.
Offensive line still gave up a lot of pressures, y'all.
Yeah,
gave up a lot of pressures.
Yeah, because we look like I hate to be the bad bearer of news, but we look like the little league. We just let them on the field.
Looking like them Giants, like that motherfucker.
Just have at it. See y'all figure it out.
Man, my whole issue with offensive line, boy, when Caleb McGarry just looked at Matt Ryan after he had got sacked and just turned around and walked out, I was like, oh hell no.
Oh Lord.
That motherfucker, I already got them. Boy, I already threw a goddamn egg in his ass that day.
that really TV. I can't take up for that.
For some reason, they never like to pick that running up the ground.
I think what tore it for me. I think what tore it for me is when Matt Ryan got a hand stepped on. He just standing there bleeding, lady looking around. Like, ain't nobody gonna come out there and see nothing about it.
Right.
Like, Matt,
he's gonna look at.
No, I think he told him. I think Matt Ryan told him not to call a timeout though.
Nah, he could. But I'm saying, ain't nobody look right out there. Get a man throw him some gauze or something.
He told him he didn't want it though. That's the thing. No,
that man wiped his hand off. He looked at his hand, looked at the sideline, looked at the O-line, wiped his hand off, and just said, "Man, just give me the damn ball."
Yeah, Matt Ryan.
He pretty much did the Paul Crew. He said, "Y'all don't want to do it, damn it, I do it myself."
Right, with the blood.
Hell yeah.
And
man,
you got to say he was one of the toughest quarterbacks to play the game, though.
Bruh.
Yeah.
That dude,
bruh.
I mean, that one game he twisted that ankle. I thought his ankle was gone.
He was getting beat up last year with just straight felonious assault, dog.
Right, and still getting up.
And still get up.
Well, let's get into this last topic right here. I know it's on everybody's mind and everything. Will the Braves take first place in the National League Series?
They winning right now.
They can. It's just, they got to go out there and do that. They got to do their thing though. They have to go into that there. They have to go into that series like, hey, we need to just do what we do. They can't go in there and worry about what the Mets doing.
Yeah, man.
You can't go in there and worry about what the Mets doing. But I really wish they could have got at least two of those games from the Mets. I guarantee this.
Think about last year. I'm just saying. Think about last year. How many games they lost against the Dodgers when they played the Dodgers? They didn't beat the Dodgers. We had a bad record against the Dodgers last year too.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the good thing is we didn't get swept.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, we didn't get swept. Because if you notice, the Dodgers, like, it's always one team every year that kind of not, I wouldn't say had a Braves number, but they give us that
little fit.
Yeah, they give us that fit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it was Dodgers. Mets, they only gonna give us a fit for a certain amount of time. After that, Braves gonna get them.
Yeah, the Mets are gonna Met. They gonna fall apart at the end.
Yeah, these guys can be tired too, man. They don't play 20 games in 20 days. That's a lot of games without a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, showing out.
Traveling too. Yeah.
I guarantee you this though. The next time the Braves face Max Scherzer, he ain't gonna go out like he did.
Yeah, he got lucky.
Hell no. Hell no. They gonna get him.
He ain't gonna go out like he did. Cause boy, hey, I'll be honest with you. What Max Scherzer did, he pitched the gym. You got to give the man credit what credit due. But he ain't gonna do that shit again.
But it's the thing. We got the Nationals 4 games, including tonight. Right now, it look like we about to pull out one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Nationals ain't won but one game in the last 12 games.
Oh, they bad.
13 games.
They Cincinnati Reds bad.
And the Mets had the Cubs, who are just as much of a dumpster fire as the Nationals are.
I think 5-0. They are 5-0.
I think the Mets take care of business with the Cubs. I think we take care of business with the Nationals, and I think we end up taking that number 1 spot after that Philly series because the Mets have to play the Yankees twice, and they got to play us again.
Ooh.
Then they got to go there long. On the West Coast.
All right.
All rise.
Here come the judge.
You know, the Mets got to go out to L.A. and San Diego too.
Ooh.
Yeah, them Yankees gonna give them the business.
That's murderer's row right there.
The good thing is with this series, these games count as whole games. Not like they have a game shit when you playing somebody else. These whole games, these division games.
Yup, these games mean everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely do. Hey, I'm putting my money on it right now. Ron Acuna win the home run derby, man.
Oh, he going in there. Oh, hey. I'm saying he going in there on a mission, man.
Oh yeah.
Y'all see what season?
I would like to see him win it, but I think Judge gonna win it.
Judge ain't in it.
He's not gonna do it this year.
Nah, I think it's it's Juan Soto, Shohei Ohtani, Pete Alonso, Ron Acuna Jr., Corey Seager. I think what the Ramirez guy from Cleveland. He in it. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He in it too.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. He get tired though.
Yeah. He should have won it a couple years ago, but
he got tired.
Yeah.
Him tired, boss.
Yeah. Acuna going in there on a mission, man.
Oh yeah, because he knew he should have been there last year before he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
He was on his way to win the MVP.
And Albert Pujols in it too.
Oh, why he in there? Oh, his last year.
Last year.
Oh yeah, Albert Pujols. Yeah, that's a special injury. Yeah.
All right, good people. You want to get your questions in? Now it's time to do it. It's the Q&A part of the show.
Oh yeah, man. Don't forget, y'all send them super chats in, man. Y'all skip the line on everybody. We'll get you right on in there.
Up through there.
Until we get us a question, let me reply to Terrell Sports Game. Getting really back, if he wants to stay and change his attitude, it would definitely make us good to get in the playoffs. Listen, I'm all for a Calvin Ridley with a good head, with a good head on his shoulders, that done got some rehabilitation, that done got whatever he needed to get his mind right. I'm with it because like we said, he got the talent. It's there. The ability is there. It's about his head space. Is he in the right head space?
Yep.
See, with stuff with Ridley coming back, I mean, I'm not against it because, you know what I'm saying, he's a dynamic player, but for him now, he would just have to be put in certain situations. See,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, he would operate differently now because the pressure's not on him to be a number 2. Or excuse me, number 1 either.
Yeah.
For that matter. If you gotta think about it. He's surrounded by all them big receivers now.
Oh yeah.
All Arthur got to do is put him in the red zone situation. He gonna get separation because they gonna be too worried about them big dudes getting the ball.
Oh yeah.
And a running game. And a running game that they got to pay close attention to.
Yeah. Him and OZ, people got to pay attention. Him and OZ in this system would thrive right now because the pressure's not on them anymore. The pressure's not on them. They're going to be looking at pitch. They're going to be looking at tape. They're going to be looking at London. They're going to be looking at them big dudes they can't stop. And Arthur Smith would just slide really in here, put OZ in here. He wouldn't have to worry about nothing. So it would be like him being on a team full of maybe 5 or 6 Julio Jones. He ain't got to do much. Just plug him in when you need him.
Right.
Now the question is, will he be able to be consistent enough and take that accountability?
Yeah, that's the huge question.
That's the question.
That's the question.
Not his ability.
There we go.
I'm pretty sure he could do it, and I'm pretty sure he would be a good addition, back on the team. But that accountability and Arthur Smith being able to trust him enough to be like, okay, we're gonna put you out there. Let's see what you do. That's where it's going to come down to. Because Arthur gotta trust you to put you on the field like that. He just ain't gonna throw you out there.
But that's what we say about is he in the right headspace?
Mm-hmm.
Because if he in the right headspace, he knows that he has to be a totally different. He has to have a totally different mindset if he's back on anybody's team.
Right.
Yep.
Now, if you having mental issues, and look, my heart's out to you. If you having legitimate mental issues, but if it's just about your mindset, come in with the right mindset. Understand, accountability ain't just, I dropped the ball, that's on me. Accountability is, am I doing everything I'm supposed to do? Am I doing my job to make sure that this team can be successful? Am I doing my part? Let's go ahead and get this question right here from Clintisha F. They were saying that before there were trade talks for Ridley with the Patriots and the Eagles. Who do you think we would have gotten for him if it wasn't for the draft picks? I'm gonna be honest with you. If Ridley had done what he was supposed to, and they was able to trade him, we would have got
first round from the Eagles.
No,
we got it was.
I think we would have got a first from Philly because Philly had 3 first-round picks.
Yeah, it was already a done deal. It was a done deal. The Falcons backed out of it because they didn't want to trade him, knowing that he was about to be suspended. So it was a done deal with the Eagles. I think it was going to be for a first and probably some mid-round picks, but it was already a done deal. But the question is, do the Eagles still want him after Because especially after this year, if you have Jalen Hurts, if he performs well without a Calvin Ridley, and then you're looking at, all right, maybe we don't need him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the issue. So Calvin Ridley, he may be in the position, and the Falcons may be in a position where, he has to still own his rights. So he's still on his third or fourth. Yeah, I think he's still in his fourth year. So we still own his rights. So we'll still have him for another year. And at that point, he's on a prove it deal, to be honest. Like, he has to prove that he's going to be able to play ball and not catch an attitude because you may be the third or fourth or even fifth option on this team right now. I don't think that's going to be the case, but anything is possible. He's in a position where he's essentially Michael Vick, and his value is absolute dog shit. No pun intended.
We trade him, get something to him. Shit.
Right.
Something.
Hey, can I interrupt?
Yes,
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my God, Mike, for real. For real. I was gonna do my government name like that. Really?
He hates
Oh,
me,
you
y'all.
ain't
Yeah.
right. You ain't right, bro. Oh, wow.
Doghouse Mike.
I ain't want to say that.
But I just wanted to say that AFN has been on a hiatus, as everybody know. I was getting my health back together, as apparently I caught COVID again.
No.
Yeah. This time it wasn't that bad, so I'm like, dang. So I appreciate this crew. If y'all watching at this time of the night for 2 hours and still hanging in there, y'all dedicated. And I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. Man, these guys are, I'm telling you, I was just on the phone with somebody. They was like, man, they sound like they radio. Who is that? They was like, I'm talking to you, but I can hear them clearly. I'm like, and he ain't even a Falcons fan. So
Hey,
he said, it sounds like the radio. So
Much appreciated.
we appreciate it.
I think that's our next goal. I want to be like internet radio, web radio, something like that. Like I feel like we need to be syndicated somewhere. Like ESPN don't give us no love.
We ain't about to study them.
So you can go to Coach Unchained, you can go to Mad Mike Sports, Jew Talks. We got Just K Styles. We got the AFN. We got some they got the heavy hitters, but y'all, I don't know. I got it's Dirty Birds, but y'all need a bigger name.
We the clean up.
We the home team, Miss Maggie.
Okay, the home team. Okay.
Home team. Home team.
Okay.
Home team.
I like it.
So if y'all feeling it in the audience, y'all make sure y'all share this out. We're gonna get to just our last little words and thoughts, and then good show, y'all, for 2 hours, and I'm enjoying all of it.
Hey, I'm like a crack fiend, bro.
I'm like,
Hey, y'all know I'm like a crack fiend for my team, bro. I be saying I'm gonna take a day off, and then I end up on y'all.
Look, he's on here on the show still.
I told Tim I wasn't gonna do a rant today, and here I go. I was like, I'm taking the day off, and here I go on y'all. So hey, man, it ain't nothing but love over here. We love what we doing, man. We love to sit here and chat with you guys, man, because you're not gonna get this elsewhere. That's the reason why I say you must hit that subscribe button, because it really helps. And we need to let the rest of the Falcons fan base understand what's really real, because they don't know what's real out here. We got all these snakes and fakes portraying themselves to be some real content creator. They don't love us, all right? They don't love them else, all right? That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Well, look, first of all, I want to thank Mad Mike and Miss Maggie T. And we thank you fans for still tuning in. We're gonna go ahead and get this last question, and then we're gonna get into our final thoughts. Who you fellas think should start at running back, or who do you want to start at running back? I like the rookie, but I think Allison deserves a shot. Got to hold on to the ball though.
Cordell Patterson gonna be the starter.
Start.
You kind of breaking up a little bit.
Somebody's breaking up, yeah.
That's
Oh.
on top.
I thought you beat up the screen. What's going on?
Okay.
The baseball game.
Until Night Rider come back. What you got, Blackberry?
Cordell Patterson gonna be the starter.
He gonna be the starter.
Cordell Patterson will get the start, but the people don't need to get so caught up in who's starting and who coming off the bench, who rotating. Look, it's gonna be a team effort. It's gonna be a team effort. I guarantee you, just because Cordell Patterson is starting, that don't mean he gonna see the majority of the handoffs.
You know what? You make an interesting point because just like we said with Pitts, in a lot of situations, I believe he'll start off and then they're gonna go with like Algier and whatnot. And I believe, hopefully, Allison gets his chance to do it because you got to think they're going to go with who commands the most from the defense up front. But you got to look at it too. Arthur Smith could also switch him out to be decoys.
Exactly.
And that's the thing that you got to pay attention to give them guys the opportunity to see what they can do. Because they already know Pitts is a force to be reckoned with. They already know Cordell Patterson was damn near unstoppable. So I see where you're going with that. So I'm taking it as he may start out that way, or he may start out being a decoy to let those other guys eat.
Well, think about Alvin Kamara over there with them Aints, with the swamp folks. The only reason why Alvin Kamara got most of the totes towards the latter part of the season.
I love the way you say swamp folks. I'm sorry. Say it again.
them Aints, them swamp people, them swamp folks.
You know what? We're gonna have a lively year. You got the swamp folks, you got the Pampers. I mean, hey.
Oh, you talking about them? Are you talking about them? What I've got. That's why I heard the Swampers, the Foodats. Damn.
Somebody's breaking up real quick.
That's him.
Yeah, I know these Georgia Bulls don't like me.
Dirk Cutter got a hold of your Wi-Fi.
Yeah. I had to run out of bounds. I had to pick up some ribs for the family reunion. Everybody depending on me to come through with the ribs, man. I gotta make it happen.
That's a long ride, eh?
Not really, about an hour and a half.
That's a long ride.
So what were you saying, Blackberry?
Shit, I done forgot now. I'm talking about them damn swamp folks. But the only reason why Alvin Kamara got majority of the totes is because they used to having a guy he's the lightning, and you got another guy that's the thunder. Yeah. That's what they usually have. But when they didn't have that no more, when Ingram went there no more, and whoever else they had, it really don't damn matter. He didn't get he didn't get most of the totes. He got more looks in the passing game combined with the totes. But that's what I see going to take place a lot. Probably not every week because it depends on the matchups. But you're going to see him start with the handoff. But it might be games where Algier or whoever else it is, one of them Williams boys, whoever it is, Allison, they might get more carries, but he might touch the ball more, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's designed. What you're saying is basically Arthur Smith's going to design his offense to confuse the defenses to get them off their game, especially the ones that's quote unquote more formidable. Because as I said before, remember now, going into the season, they're going to try to make a point to get at Mariota, just so they can say, he was fragile, he wasn't able to, hold up. So Arthur Smith is definitely going to have some stuff to confuse them and get them off of their game early. What you got, Ed?
This is the reason why y'all need to check out Wednesday night heavy hitters. We're gonna expand on this. Like I said, y'all gonna love that show. We're gonna go in depth with the main reason why. We're gonna go in detail. And like I said earlier, the 2017 and this year 2022 team. it has a lot of similarities, and we're gonna break a lot of that down. So you guys, I promise y'all gonna love that show. It's gonna bring back a lot of memories, and y'all gonna enjoy it. I promise you that.
I'm going to go watch the film tonight.
Yeah, I'm ready to see some ugly ass
Coach already on it.
I'm already ready to see some ugly football. I'm not tired of the pretty boy shit. You gotta get down to the mud.
Let's take one more. Let's take one more question. I'm gonna take this question from Terrell Sports and Gaming. He said, "Do y'all feel we will learn or know about our team come week 1 against the Aints? But if we don't, got a big boy Rams week 2. So I feel we are going to find out a lot about our team, and I hope we start 1-1.
I want 2-0. Not that 1-1 shit.
Oh, I personally want 2-0.
We're gonna learn in the preseason with this team. We're gonna learn what this team is in the preseason. It's gonna be a lot sooner than that. It's gonna look. It's we talk. I look, man. Damn, boy, I'm giving away all the damn. Right
and I probably did too. Arthur Smith ain't going in the preseason like he did last year because he said he's
not doing it. He's not doing it.
No,
man.
I'm with you. Look, I'm with you because I said this before. I said the preseason games; those games are going to be the games that show you how well the team has cohesiveness and how well everybody is doing on their assignments. Those preseason games are going to let you know what to expect somewhat on the first regular season game. That's where you're gonna get that's where you need to get all your fuck ups out the way.
But I also think about this also. We got those workout games against those teams, some of those teams also. That's gonna show a lot too.
Yeah,
that's gonna be very open. That's more open than that because it's gonna be controlled, but you're gonna see how physical those kids are really during that time. So that's gonna show a lot too. So.
And those preseason games lets the rookies see the speed of the game as it happens. You get what I'm saying? Because Mike makes a good point about when rookies come into the NFL, they have to learn the speed of the game. And a lot of times that speed of the game for certain rookies leaves them culture shock. Because it's a drastic difference from college. So these three preseason games gives them an opportunity to see the speed of the game, get that surprise and then get adjusted to it without it counting against the team.
If you want to look at the definition if you want to look at the definition of culture shock coming out of college, I got 2 players in mind. Maurice Claret and Tommy Maddox. Ask them.
Oh boy.
Ask them.
You went way back.
You went back there.
Ask them.
Way back.
I'm a bit more practical. I think we'll really know what our team is about around week 5. Around week 4, week 5. I really feel when I can feel the identity is coming into its own. That's when I feel like I'll have some know about this team because it's good when you start hot. It's real good. But a lot of times some character got to come into play. You're gonna get humbled somewhere along the line, and that's when that character gonna have to show. So I'm thinking around week 4, week 5, we're gonna really see what this team really is all about.
Be honest with you, that first loss, and we got to be real with ourselves. The first loss the Falcons have is going to show you what this team is made of, and it's basically going to show you their identity because how they bounce back is going to be key.
Yep.
Who's going to get shaken? Who's going to bounce back? Who's going to be like, all right, we lost, let's get back at it. That's going to show you the identity of the team.
Oh yeah, the humble pie is in the oven right now as we speak.
But that's also going to put teams on notice as to who they have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Because trust and believe, they're going to once them Falcons get that first and second win, and they looking at like, okay, the first thing gonna be, how do we deal with this team? So that Aints game, that's gonna be filmed for all other teams. Like, how do we deal with this team? Look at what they did.
They're making an excuse. They're making an excuse about something. So.
Oh, of course.
So,
But We going on 2 hours now. Let's go ahead and get our final thoughts. We're gonna start with Big Ant.
Yeah, what's going on, y'all? I mean, look, the ground and pound is coming back, and that tough defense, we bringing it back. No more of this, soft serve and let arm tackling and all that. That shit is out the window. So if y'all want to watch that, I don't know what to tell y'all. It's the wrong team, to be watching for that. But just get ready for the ugly football. That's all I'm gonna say.
What you got, Blackberry?
I want everybody to pay attention to the high adrenaline rush wins that we're gonna have to put together in this season. Because I really think that's how we gonna win a lot of these games. A lot of these games gonna be hard hitting, gonna be smash mouth, and we gonna be the most physical team. We gonna be the most mean team, and we gonna win some bloody matches, y'all. And I don't know about y'all, but I get excited. I get excited when I get hit in the mouth because that make me, you just woke me up. I feel good now. See, now it's time to get down. So now you ready to go.
Let's go.
I'm looking at fourth quarter, 2 minutes left. Who getting hit in the mouth the hardest? And I think it's going to be these birds. Y'all have a good one. I'm live now just thinking about it. God dang.
What you got, Coach?
Hey, NFL, be aware. The Dirty Birds are coming back, man. So just be prepared, man. This team here is going to be exciting. They're going to shock the world, man. Simple as that. They're going to shock the world. Simple as that.
Yep.
What you got, Knight Rider?
Hey, man, somebody get Brian McFadden on the phone right now because I'm finna tell you something. Like one of the old coaches down here. Boy, let me tell y'all niggas up. These boys coming for blood. All that pretty boy football, all that old rah-rah shit cue ball man was talking about when he was here. Oh, that's out the door. We finna get to some ugly football. You know what I'm saying? Some ugly football. Now, keep that pretty boy shit over there. We finna play some ugly ball, and we finna make a lot of folks look ugly in the process. So, yeah, if you ain't on the train, you better get on. But when we leave, ain't no coming back. These birds finna turn a lot of heads. They finna surprise some people this year. You heard it here first. Live, direct, and then put
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Can y'all hear me? Y'all listening?
Got you.
We about to play dirty, filthy, nasty football for 60 minutes.
For 60 minutes.
Let me say it again. 60 damn minutes. Not 59 and 53 seconds. 60 minutes.
60.
We're going to run it down your throat, and we're going to run over you and look at you. That's what these birds are going to do. The Dirty Birds are back. That's it. We're not twerking on the 50-yard line. We ain't wearing tutus. And we ain't doing no disco on the sideline. That's done. So if this ain't the type of football y'all so-called fans want to see, 31 other teams. Knock yourself out. What you got, man, Mike?
I really don't have anything, man. I just want to tell you guys that I'm going on this spiritual journey. And
man, fuck that shit, Mike. Turn that shit up.
It ain't Sunday yet.
I go on a spiritual journey when we holding up the Lombardi.
There you go.
Church last night.
I'll be snapping and crying with the collection plate.
Facts.
Mike going to Jerusalem on y'all ass.
Yes.
Let that shit out.
I don't know why people are upset. What? Look, I tell people all the time, Peter was out there chopping ears off and everything. He was stabbing motherfuckers with Jesus, bro. Look, like you walk up to Jesus, he'll poke your ass. So look, it's okay to be spiritual. I can be a gangster and be spiritual at the same time. Hey, man. Look,
Gates go to church too, right?
Am I lying? What Peter
You're right. You're right.
Nah, man.
No lies have been told throughout this segment.
I'm trying to tell people, look, hey man, Jesus was a gangster, bro. He was a gangster out there. Hey, but for real, man, y'all continue to hit that subscribe button, man. You gotta hit that subscribe button, because like I said before, if you don't hit that subscribe button, you won't be heard. You will not be heard. We cannot let these people who don't truly represent the Falcons fan base continue to be in charge. We cannot allow this anymore.
There we go.
If we want to be heard as a real Falcon fan base, you gotta support the real. I'm talking about people that's gonna tell you the truth, and not all these ugly, prissy lies and saying, "Oh, let's go out and get Bryce Young. Let's go and get CJ Stroud. Let's go get." Look, I don't need all that wussy. Look, I need a big ugly motherfucker. I need somebody that's about as big as Ant is. All right, I need somebody that's as big as K Styles. I need the big uglies up in here. We need somebody who's gonna punch somebody in the face like Mike Tyson. We need somebody who's gonna go tote the edge like Montez Burfict. We need those type of guys. All right. So at the end of the day, if you want that type of real shit, excuse my friends, if you want that real shit, hit that subscribe button at Mad Mike Sports. Hit that subscribe button here at Atlanta Falcons Nation. Coach Unchained, all right? We got that real shit for y'all. If y'all tired of that bullshit and you tired of this ESPN watered down, we gonna hire all these fantasy football guys and tell you a bunch of prissy lies. If you sick of that shit, hit that subscribe button here on Atlanta Falcons Nation. We got you, pimp.
And that's East Side shout.
East Side shouting.
That's it.
That's it.
Well, listen, people, we want to thank y'all for tuning in this evening. We also want to thank, Mad Mike, the great one, for, coming on and giving us his wisdom and everything. Listen, like, share, subscribe. You heard the man. You don't subscribe, we don't get heard. So to all my brothers on here, man, to Mad Mike, Miss Maggie T, we want to thank y'all. And as y'all know, this is Dirty Bird Thursdays, and we are known as the home team. We'll see y'all next time.
Right, baby.
Rise up.
Always
Rise
represent for the home team, baby.
Rise up, fool.
Peace. Home team.
Peace.
There's it.